not his type. You know who's not his type?
Hi, girly.
Hi, girly.
I'm Eliana.
I'm Derek.
And this is
For the Girlies. On today's episode, we are going to be giving you all of our favorite quotes from Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan.
But before we get into that, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure that when you're commenting that you are always kind and that you are aware that there will be spoilers in this episode.
Yes, make sure you are following us on all of the socials. Our links are down in the description box below. And make sure you have those post notifications on so you are always reminded when we post.
Period. So, let's get into these quotes, ma'am.
Okay. So, first quote for me is right at chapter 1. And it's when Hendrix is talking to Chapel about Maverick and Zare. And she's like, Chapel says, Zare better not fumble this because he's a billionaire. And my girl Hendrix said, I don't care how rich he is. She is the bag. He better not fumble her. And I was like, yes, like, we are the prize. Always,
Exactly.
ladies. Always.
That's a girl's girl.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then again, my second quote, me again. My second quote is in chapter 3, Aunt Geneva calls Hendrix while she's out at the party, and she's like, hey, Hen, it's me. She's like, is everything okay? Like, Hendrix worried that something's wrong with her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, is everything okay? And Aunt Geneva's like, you know how I go to Bible study every Sunday or every Wednesday? And she's like, yeah. It's like, girl, what's going on? And it's just like, Aunt Geneva would choose the scenic route to her own closet. It takes her forever to get to the point. And I'm like, that is just old people. That's just how people tell their stories. And it was just so real, and I love that she included that. You'd be like, okay, girl, why'd you call me though?
So the next quote that we have here is from chapter 8. And it is Zare talking to Hendrix about her and Maverick's breakup announcement, and she says, mutual my ass. If there's one man I knew would be the best father to my children and a wonderful husband, it was Maverick Bell. I knew that from the beginning. I would never have given that up, but he left me no choice. In that moment, my heart sank. I felt so awful for that woman because even if, you set your sights on someone that wasn't it, I mean, he was fantastic.
You know what I mean? That was a good man, Savannah.
Right. Like, if I was to set my sights on anybody, it would be that man. Same.
And he left me. He was like, girl, mutual. I look dumb to you?
Right. That's exactly what it is. Mutual. If it was mutual, I would be with something better.
Okay, we're moving into chapter 12, and this is when our girl Hendrix calls Zare. You know, courtesy call. A girl's call. And she's like, hey, I know you just broke up with this man, but I'm about to start working with him. I just make sure you're cool with that. As my, I don't want you to think nothing is happening between me and him. And Zare says, you're not his type at all. I'm not his type. Why I'm not his type? What does that mean I'm not his type? Because I'm not skinny? Because I'm not light-skinned like you? Like, what? Why I'm not his type? Okay. And then, Hendrix, yeah?
Let's be clear here. What would your reaction actually be
if
she said that? Yeah.
Me? Derek?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna show you how much of his type I actually am. Yeah. I'm gonna show you exactly how much
I'm gonna get pregnant.
I'm gonna do everything you wanted to do with him. I'm gonna do it and then some.
Yeah.
I don't want kids, and now I'm about to have 50 level of them.
Yep.
With your man, who's not who
doesn't think you don't think that I'm his type.
Right. He wants me so bad. I would hurt your feelings. So, yeah, girl, whose type I'm not. I'm everybody type, baby. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take the man you with now. I'm gonna be his type too. Of vengeance. That's just the Scorpio in me.
Yeah.
Wow, that was dark. I'd have been like, oh, now I get why it wasn't a mutual breakup. Oh, I would have ate her up. Like, she had the right one on the phone that day.
She really did.
She knew not to call me. Fictional character. She knew not to call me. That bullshit. Okay. So then Hendrix goes on to say, it's a ridiculous notion. It's a ridiculous notion to her that a man like Maverick would be drawn to someone like me. That I, a plus-sized woman, could pose a threat to her. Her unspoken assumption doesn't offend me. It doesn't hurt. I grew up with careless adults telling me I was a pretty for a big girl. She goes and say how like her parents always, reiterated that she was beautiful no matter what she looked like. But I just thought that, yeah, like the nerve of you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not offended because like I know that that's what like society has taught you, but like the audacity of you to say it out your
Right.
mouth. That's like that
Right.
night in Jamaica we were walking by, and those women were like, "Cause I look good, I was put," and they was like, "What did they say?" They said something like,
They said she's pretty for a big
"Yeah," they were
girl.
like, "Oh yeah,
So she looks good for a big
oh she
girl.
now she looks real nice for to be a big girl," and I was like, "Oh, I just look nice, like
Yeah.
I just look nice."
And some of you, not that I am excusing it or saying that you should believe these things, but some of people don't understand. Keep that in your little group chat. Keep
Mm,
that between you and a friend. Keep that between you and your family. Don't go out in public acting like a fool like that.
mm.
And you also don't know who you're saying those things to.
Okay, what if I was DMX? But what if,
What if you were DMX? What if you were the owner of the
the
hotel?
hotel. You don't know
You
me.
don't know.
Yeah. Watch your mouth. You could have lost your job.
Mm.
What if I was a Karen and I was like, I went hard to like go report you?
Watch your mouth.
Watch your man. Then you should watch your mouth. I think he ate when she said that. That's what Hendrix should have said to her. Watch your man. Then you should watch your mouth. So good. So then in chapter 14, moving on, Hendrix again says, excuse me.
Beyonce.
Yeah. Eliana and I are both stuffy because we were at the Beyonce concert in the rain.
In the rain.
Okay. She says, I've seen too many women prioritize other people and sacrifice their own dreams. I see mothers do it all the time, further solidifying it couldn't be me. I've seen wives do it. I saw Soledad do it for years with her gutter rat husband, Edward. Hell, I saw Mama do it with my father, neglecting many of the things she wanted to do for her small business to help him with his. I won't be led around by my heart and my with some man holding the leash. My goals are the priority. Nothing will make me lose sight of that. Yes.
Yep.
That's it. That's all. Yes. We're not doing that. And that also it really painted a clear picture of who this character is and how she moves. I feel like Kennedy Ryan did a great job at that. Like, she's a girl's girl. She's ambitious. And
Yeah.
she got one thing, and like she's building her life based around on her and what she want to do.
She definitely in the other two books gave a Samantha impression.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked the fact that Kennedy was able to not just humanize her, but like lay out like, no, this is a very important and deep, fulfilling reason for why I am the way that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So we love that. Now we're gonna swoon a little bit in chapter 21 with of course Mr. Maverick. He says, I'm calling you this week. She goes, why? And I flash her with the Buccaneers grin I reserve for when something I desire very badly is within my grasp because I want to. He does this so many times throughout the book, and I think I would have blacked out, honestly. I think I have
Yeah,
blacked out.
yeah.
Because what am I supposed to say? What
Oh,
am I supposed to do?
folded like origami, baby. I don't know.
A billionaire? If she was
Girl.
saying no,
Okay, and also like a
then
handsome, fine
yeah,
billionaire,
and like obviously a good
a good
man.
man, Savannah.
That's
Yes.
okay. That's why I'm saying that I would have blacked out because I'm like, wow.
What are you doing?
Like
Shut your face.
I have my morals and I'm trying to be a good person, and then I'm like, okay.
That's what you gotta call your homegirls. Like, I don't know what to do.
And if it was me, I'd tell you, screw there. Anyway,
You don't even know her. Me for sure. I'd be like, girl, you don't even know her for real.
you know how crazy I get when you guys tell me things. I'd be like, no. I
Like,
literally lose my mind, and you're like, you'd actually never do this in your life, and I'm like, burn it
okay.
down.
It's so true. Yeah. You like ruin it. And it's like, no.
I am the devil on your shoulder anyway.
All the time. Um, more swooning. Zare says in chapter 24. Okay, what it was is they went to the Waffle House
Uh-huh.
and she had ordered 2 Grand Slams. And he
Mhm.
was like, I know better than the same thing about some, but when women order food, like I'm just going about my business. But when the food came, she took it out to his driver. And the driver was like looking at her. And he was like, I can't even blame him. Like, like, that's my girl. Like, like
Yeah.
he's staring at her that way. And he was like, but he better chill out. He don't be looking at her like that too much because he says, that's my girl. She just doesn't know it yet. And I was like, I'm your girl? Like, okay. I love a man who knows what they want when they want
Right.
it.
Also,
Okay?
highly recommend this book because, as I said before, I would have blacked out in the moments that he was saying these kinds of things, but also he's not scary.
At
There's
all.
not a moment where I could tell you like, oh, don't you this
Run.
man is crazy. Right, this man is crazy. He's not scary
He's
at
nothing but a
all.
green flag.
Um, facts. He is nothing but a green flag.
Okay. This one cracks me up so much. Okay, so this is after their Waffle House date. And she's like, I'm not inviting Maverick up. He's not coming into my apartment. We're saying goodnight right here in the car, and that's it. Nightcap? He asks. Sure. It's like so realistic. You're like, these are my boundaries. This is what I'm gonna
Yeah.
say. This is what it's gonna be, and I don't
No.
care what anybody says when I walk in that room. This is what it is, and then they'll be like, so yeah, but we're doing this, and you're like, of course.
Yeah. And then they walk upstairs to her apartment, and she's like, "You know what? You shouldn't come inside. This is inappropriate." And he's like, "Let me in." She's like, "Okay."
Yeah, she's like, all right, yeah, you're right. I'm tripping. Open the door. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Hmm.
right.
So in chapter 30, we get a little deep here because Maverick, talking to Hendrix, he says, I am a chaser, Hendrix. I go after things. You won't find a man more ambitious than me, but I've learned that it's never enough. You can't earn enough. You can't achieve enough. Ambition for things and accolades is a bottomless pit.
Mm.
It's all you can eat, but you never get full. My life won't be measured just in what I did, but who I did it with, who I chose to be in friendship with, in relationship with. I think that's where real contentment is found, and I think I could find it with you. And I just thought, this is so important in life. Yeah, he made it so sweet and stuff, and it had to do with her, but also just so important in life. And it's something we've discussed before that I think I have issues with. Of personally being like, okay, well, I met the goal, but like
Mm.
now it's, what, how, that's it. I'm not like ecstatic about it or anything like that. I really related to him in this, where he was like, it's a bottomless pit. It's all you can eat, but you're never full. So keep that in mind. And also, he's great. He's my favorite.
Yeah. This is the first time in a long time where the like main character I haven't been like, oh, that's like, not, like I haven't thought of like I'm not thinking of Hendrix as like, that's my homegirl. I'm like, that's her man. Because that's kind of how I be reading these books. I'm like, no, that's my man. that's my man. What are you talking about?
Because he's just great.
He's so good.
Yeah.
More swooning. And these aren't even like these are good.
Yeah.
But like,
they're not his top hitters.
You know what I'm saying? They're not the ones that have me like, wait a minute. Okay,
find those on TikTok maybe.
Yes. So he said in chapter 30, also in chapter 30, he said, I'll never try to hurt you and I'll do everything to protect you. I'll do everything in my power to make sure you don't regret choosing me, and I'll protect your dreams as fiercely as I chase my own. What? Excuse me? Like, find that man, ladies.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a beautiful thing to say, but an even more beautiful thing to do.
Right. And
for a man to care about your dreams. Because like she says, she'd given up. She'd seen other women give up.
Yeah. In chapter 31, our girl Hin says, I became jaded with men early on, cheating on me in high school and college, leaving when it became clear I refused to compromise my desires for their own. They showed me over and over again that most of them couldn't be trusted or relied on, and many weren't secure enough in their own shit to deal with how secure I am in mine. Like, right? Right?
They are disappointing.
So underwhelming sometimes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Woo, like, men.
And,
y'all don't always.
You want the world to revolve around you, some of them. And
right.
It's not it.
Like,
God forbid, not attractive.
God forbid a girl want her own life.
I always think that it's so weird that they are attracted to very strong women, and then when the strong woman says, no, I have my priorities, they're like, what do you mean? Your life is supposed to be about me. Huh?
I feel like men are attracted. But I do feel like men, the weak ones, who are attracted to the strong woman is because they think that they're going to break her.
Yeah. 100% they think that they're going to break her, and they think that they are the prize, and that the woman is going to realize that, like, your dream doesn't actually matter. It's whatever I want that matters. And once again, may I reiterate, that's not attractive.
They'll love bomb the crap out of those girls.
Yeah.
So then in chapter 33,
things hit the fan.
Okay, Hendrix calls Zare, woman to woman. She called her. She came to her as a woman. And she said, hey, I'm with Maverick. I'm just letting you know that. She gonna say, so you called to tell me you're dating the love of my life? The air is so clear, Hendrix. Mind you, it's been 3 months since they broke up. That's number one. Number two, Zare is literally in Paris with her new man.
Mm-hmm. Who Maverick met 2 days ago.
But I'm calling to tell you that I'm dating the love of your life. Where's your new man at? I so badly want him to hear that.
Word.
To be like, let me cancel your flight details, because.
But also, you don't recognize how pathetic that makes you sound, that you are on a trip in Paris for your birthday with some other man, and you're mad
that your ex has moved on.
And you said, the love of my life?
That's the part. To a girl who's just told you she's dating him.
Love of my...
Eliana,
the love of my life?
Eliana, I am never going to be mature enough to ever in my life will I be mature enough to let somebody know how they have hurt me to their face.
I feel like you can do that and not embarrass yourself at the
That's, yeah,
same time,
very
which is
true.
exactly what Hendrix was giving her the space to do,
Yeah.
was to be like, hey, I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, I am hurt because we just
Thank
broke
you
up
for
three
telling
months
me.
ago.
I don't
I'm gonna
even
think
think.
about it.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gonna need to dwell on that. That's it. Never am I like, you called to tell me you in a relationship with the love of my life.
That's groveling. And you're groveling at the feet of another woman
Would you?
for her man now because it's not yours. Zare just kept getting more and more pathetic throughout the book, and that really disappointed me.
Yeah, because I was really trying to see it from her side of the things, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, yes, it would hurt me if, like, I don't even care if it's not my friend, but like I've confided in you, like I told you how I felt and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like we was cool, we were about to work together. We not friends for sure, but we cool. And now you start dating him. It is weird to me.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You're
I,
allowed to be uncomfortable.
I'm not cool, and I'm allowed to be like, I don't want to work with you, and that's what she knew would happen. It's weird to be like a mean girl about it.
Right. That, okay. You said you were trying to see things from her point of view. I was trying to not judge Zare from the beginning because it was very much like I'm a pretty mean girl
Mm-hmm.
from jump.
Yeah. No, from the very beginning.
And it's just off-putting. Like, I want there to be a beautiful black woman who's killing it and who loves the limelight and whatever, and wants to be a mother and a wife, of course. But mm, some people, they don't know how to be cute and be nice at the same time.
At all. Even when she calls Maverick herself, and
Hmm.
she's like, she's not even your type. Like, she says it to him, and he ate her up, by the way.
He did. That's one of my quotes. Okay, so in chapter 32, we're back to our swooning, hey, because it's Maverick here.
It's Maverick now.
And he goes, there's so much we still have to learn about each other, but deep down, past my intellect, past my gut instincts, to where knowledge is primordial, that's where I know Hendrix is supposed to be in my life. That level of recognition isn't about how long you've known a person. It doesn't matter that it's complicated or fast. That place that is buried deep below what is civilized or rational calls out for her, demands that I do whatever it takes to keep her.
Ooh. Ooh.
What?
I get so weak in the knees.
Yes, and also, I mean, I hope this is reality for some people. It seems like it's been reality for some people. We've heard it is reality
Okay,
for
come
some people.
on.
Love that for
For
you.
my sisters, okay?
And that's beautiful. I love that
This is the
for
scary
you.
part of him, is how dead ass he is.
Right?
That.
Chapter 37,
Hmm.
after Maverick's dad is, jabbing at him, being like, Zara was never the one. He was like, how did you know? Whatever. He's like, well, I mean, if she was, would you have had children? You would have done anything to keep her. That's what I would
Mm.
have done with your mother. And he finally asks him, what if Hendrik said that she wanted kids? And Maverick internally goes, my heart sputters instead of beats. The blood sloshes in my veins and then surges like the waves at my feet. It's one of those moments where you're presented with a truly clarifying question, one that delineates priorities you didn't even know you held. Like when you realize the woman walking toward you, covered in sand and soaked by sun, wearing a smile more breathtaking than the horizon. That woman, her, you'd probably do anything to keep. Cause yeah, um,
I'm his type. I'm his type.
yeah, I thought that moment was so powerful because I was waiting for him to realize that.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him and for her to even be like,
What
"All right,
what
sucker."
separates us? Yeah.
Right? Like, "All right, sucker." Like, let's be real.
Right.
What is really like your not end game? What's your deal breaker here?
Because she kept saying that. She's like, what for you? She's like, I don't want to be like Zare.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be another broken-hearted girl.
I don't want to be like Zare. I don't want to prioritize just you. She
yeah.
was, there were so many things that she was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And then she started breaking her rules, which weren't bad at all.
Yeah.
But it also, at some point, you kind of had to think about, well, if there is no deal breaker, honey, then what does that mean? My next quote was, this is after Hendrix and Maverick find out that he's trying to buy the Vipers, and Andrew Carverson is funding CFE, who's suing Hendrix.
Yeah.
And he is kind of just like, do you not trust me? Whatever, like, I'll get this handled. And she's like, I don't know. Men choose, their business. They choose themselves. They don't choose a woman over themselves. And he goes, is she really not going to ask me to choose her? My resolve strengthens, but all the words I had prepared to convince her recede. And I thought this was the most gangster thing you could have ever done. He stepped up and he did not freak out.
Yeah.
There was not a moment where he was mad at her, where he was combative, where he was whiny. Not a moment where he was even like, you need to trust me. You should trust me. I haven't done anything.
What have I done to charm you? And I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's what we're used to, right?
Yeah. He said, oh, handled.
Yeah, he said, okay, I'm going to call you back when I got everything settled. She like, what? He like, I'm settle it. Bye.
Yep.
And what did he do?
He settled that.
Settled it. That's all. What are we talking about? A man.
Right.
We're talking about a grown man here.
And we're talking about a man who understands what it is to have to trust someone.
Yeah.
And a woman's point of view.
He said, I gotta show you. So I'm gonna show you.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
I earn things. I don't just get them.
Come on. My next quote, is from chapter 52. And it's our girl Hendrix. And she said, this is after, he settles it. She said, I've felt desired before. I've felt needed. Now I know what it means to feel seen, to feel known. Because ain't that what it's all about?
Yeah.
Ain't that what it's all about?
Why would you want to live in a house with a stranger?
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, they do. And it's uncomfortable.
Very.
Okay. And now we're moving on to the last one. And it's in the epilogue. Hendrix goes, people have asked before, who'll take care of you when you're old? Aren't you afraid of dying alone? Do I go through 95% of my life living with a decision I regret, so the last 5% of my life I'm guaranteed a caretaker? I've poured my love and care into a circle of people who surround me now and will encircle me then. I've watched my mother survive nearly everyone she loved throughout her life. Until now, there are so few left. When I couldn't be there, her sister was, her church was, her neighbors were, because she'd extended herself all her life. Not just to me, her child, but to everyone around her. And they wanted to extend themselves to her. That's community.
Come on.
This was such an important quote at the end of this novel. Like you said, it shows us who this character is. And it addressed something that a lot of women, especially these days, are grappling with these days. Why make the decision to marry somebody or to have children just so that they can
have somebody to take
care of me?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then on top of that, I also thought of how great the church community was. I know that our generation is not really into church, and it can be uncomfortable being in that community, that there is like gossip or like expectations. But at the same time, I also hope, because I fear that our generation and the generations after us have not created the same kinds of communities that are created in churches, that are going to be there for each other when hard times happen. Because, as I said, a lot of us are not having children. So, that whole family dynamic of you need to take care of your parents is going to be gone for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I just thought this was beautiful that even at the end of this novel, Hendrik stuck to her guns about like I don't need to marry anybody and I don't need to have children just to fulfill something that just to is what is the word dissuade just to address a fear that everybody else has.
Yeah.
I don't need to do that.
I love that too. I love that Kennedy Ryan stuck to that.
Mm-hmm.
That she didn't change this for her. They're like, oh, they ended up having a baby. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she didn't really mean that. And like, no, like this is how she feels, and like
Mm-hmm.
that's valid. There are women like this. I love to see that she said, like, so I have someone to take care of me at the end of my life, because I'm someone I've thought that about single women,
Mm-hmm.
single men too, but I've thought that about people who as they get older, like, and you said something earlier about like having a child isn't like
It's not
it's
about what you want from them. It's not about the
yeah, the
legacy that
legacy.
you leave or about them taking care of you
That's
when
not
you're
what you should
older.
have a child. Yeah.
No, it's about what you can do for the child.
Yeah.
How you want to enrich the
Like,
child's
man,
life.
I like it'd be dope if like there was a kid, who could like benefit from this out of me and out of him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should be parents. Not like there are no boys in my family. Who's gonna keep the name going? Or, there are whatever.
Yeah.
It's just me. And and I don't think that those are reasons to not have, that you should be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm thinking this, so I shouldn't have these
Or like
kids
I should be
either.
ashamed.
Yeah,
No.
no, but like those just shouldn't be your base reasons for having a child,
Nope. Not at all.
because those are also like things that you think about. That's normal.
Yeah. Those are what are they called? They're benefits. They're
Yeah, those are the
right. Those are
extras.
the cherries on top, but a child is so much more than like the things that people want to put out there, like just to have a little cute kid around. Like it's so much more than that. A life is, I don't know, how to.
I love the people who are like they look at their husbands or they look at their wives and they think, God, I would like love to like create a human with this person, and
Hmm.
like we like the type of person that the two of us could like make.
Okay, because I was thinking that if anything, I would think that I would want to have a child so that I can instill goodness and kindness in them.
Hmm. And then that legacy is what I'm leaving behind.
Yeah, I would want to. It's great to see the world from a child's eyes.
Yeah,
Enjoy that world with them. And I would just want to see them be great in whoever it is that they are, not whoever it is I think they should be,
exactly.
but whoever it is that they are. I would love to see that and to see what we together can accomplish.
Hmm.
Because they're not gonna, you can't even predict what your kid is gonna be like.
Not no more.
No. Okay,
All right.
that was a deep conversation, girlies.
Yes,
But
really enjoyed this book.
yeah, we really want to thank you for watching. And we enjoyed this book so much. We have some questions,
Yes.
and we're going to be addressing that in our next episode. So stay tuned for that.
Before we let you go, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you have hit that notification bell so you know when we are posting, and you are following us on all of the socials. The links are in the description box below.
Yeah, girl. So see you at the next meeting, girlies.
Bye,
Bye, girlies.
girlies.